First of all, happy 4th of July, everyone. This is sort of going to be a video journal of the process that I go to find how I like to do Funny Valentine's voice. So it's going to go through things like resonance, inflection, how deep I want it to be, and all things like that. We'll get into it as we get there, like I'll explain myself, but I really want to just jump right into it. I've recorded this intro like 5 different times, and every time it's getting progressively shorter, but I don't want it to be like a 10-minute video, because then it's not even my video at that point, it's just me talking. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, please let me know. Maybe I'll do this again in the future for a different character. Doesn't even have to be JoJo. Alright, let's go. Alright, so the first thing that I want to figure out is how resonant I want Funny Valentine's voice to be. And for that, I think it's pretty easy. He has, to me, a very, very resonant voice. It's not going to have a lot of gravel. It's going to be very clear, and he's going to be very precise with his enunciation. That's something that I want to portray when I do Funny Valentine. So the first thing that I'm doing is this. Dojan, all gone. My heart and actions are utterly unclouded. They are all those of justice. Glance. Wow, that's so funny. I must have been transported to a dimension where I asked. So there you got really a good taste of the resonance that I want to portray. It's this very open sort of resonance that he has going on, this almost regal, not regal because he's presidential, this very presidential aura in his voice alone. This sort of trust that you can put your trust into him, even though obviously he's a villain, so you can't do that. But you know, it's not relevant. But yeah, it has this sort of presidential feeling to it, this presidential aura in the voice, and that's what I really want to nail down when I do it. Other than that, I want to work on the depth. How deep do I want to make his voice? There, I also kind of did it a little bit, but that's more of like the starting position that I had, with a little bit of added resonance to it. But for this, I want to be working on the depth, the range of emotion, stuff like that. So that's what we're going to be doing in this next part. I have feelings of patriotism. Every action I have performed was because I judged it to be absolutely for this country's sake. You experienced it, didn't you? Only things of happiness and beauty gather toward the corpse. Things of unhappiness and cruelty were blown away somewhere else, having somewhere else to bear the brunt. I was kind of like hella dyslexic, but you know, it works. See, but with that, I run out of breath pretty quickly. The depth and the resonance kind of clash in the back of my throat, and it puts a lot of strain there. It's not hurting me, it's just, it becomes physically taxing. So I'm going to try that again with a slightly different depth, and maybe it'll turn out better. I have feelings of patriotism. Every action I have performed was because I judged it to be absolutely for this country's sake. You experienced it, didn't you? Only things of happiness and beauty gather toward the corpse. Things of unhappiness and cruelty were blown away somewhere, having someone else bear their brunt. For that, I don't know. I like it, but at the same time, I don't feel like it's Funny Valentine. Looking at the face, hearing the voice, it doesn't feel like it matches up for me perfectly. So I'm going to do that one more time. That is something that I would like to have in my repertoire, so it's not like my repertoire? I don't know. Having in my portfolio, I guess. So it's not like it's bad, it just doesn't feel like it's the Funny Valentine. You know what I mean? It's not definitive for me. So I'm going to do that one more time, see if I can get it then. If I can't, I'm just going to move on and come back to it, because I did like that last take that I just did. So, we'll see. I have feelings of patriotism. Every action I have performed was because I judged it to be absolutely for this country's sake. You experienced it, didn't you? Only things of happiness and beauty gather toward the corpse. Things of unhappiness and cruelty were blown away somewhere, having someone else bear their brunt. For that one, I kind of was okay with the inflection. I wasn't exactly perfect with it, but since it's not exactly an inflection study, that's not much of a problem. For it, I feel like it was a little bit too high. It was too much on the high scale. I didn't quite like it as much. I feel like that second take was really the golden take of them all. I feel like there's more I could do with it, and I feel like if I had some sort of direction other than just seeing what works, maybe I would be able to nail it a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe I just need some outside help to really help me nail down what I want out of it. But we'll see. Other way, we're going to move on from this panel, and we're going to do the final act. This video has been dragging on quite a bit, so I don't want it to be too much longer. But the final act is really the napkin scene. I want to be able to do the napkin scene with some efficiency, with making sure that I can keep my voice steady enough to continue through that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes, and fingers crossed, I guess. Suppose that you were sitting down at a table. The napkins are in front of you. Which napkin would you take? The one on your left, or the one on your right? The one on your left side, or the one on your right side? That is correct too, but in a larger sense of society, that is wrong. Perhaps I could even substitute society with the universe. The correct answer is that it is determined by the one who takes his or her own napkin first. Yes? If the first one takes the napkin on their right, then there is no choice but for the others to also take the right napkin. The same goes for the one on their left. Everyone else will take the napkin to their left because they have no other option. This is society. Who are the ones who determine the price of the land first? There must have been someone who determined the value of money first. The size of the rails on a train track, the magnitude of electricity, laws and regulations. Who was the first one to determine these things? Did we all do it because this is a republic? Or was it arbitrary? No! The one who took the napkin first determined all of these things. The rules of this world are determined by the same principle as right or left. In a society like this table, a state of equilibrium, once one makes the first move, everyone must follow. In every era, this world has been operating by this same napkin principle. And the one who takes the napkin first must be someone who is respected by all. It is not that anyone can fulfill this role. Those that are despotic or unworthy will be scorned, and those are the losers. In the case of this table, the eldest or the master of the party will take the napkin first because everyone respects those individuals. I did enjoy doing that. I don't feel like it's quite there yet, and I feel like I do need to work on it a little bit more, but I really have a good understanding of where I want it to be, what I want Funny Valentine's voice to be like, and to me, that is the most comfortable for me to do. If I were to do it anymore, I think it would become more uncomfortable for me to do. I was recording it originally with the second take and the first take of what I did in the last section, but it was just becoming too painful for me to continue to hold that for so long and continue for so long. And then when I hit the no part, that became very hard for me to act with any sort of energy, with any sort of emotion, because obviously you need that emotion behind it, or else it's just no, and that doesn't quite sound good at all. It has to be no, like that. And that even was a little bit straining on my voice, mainly because of the yell part. But like if I were to do it again for, let's just say, but in a larger sense of society, that is wrong. Perhaps even I could substitute society with the universe. That is pretty good, other than the fact that it just has to be quick for me to keep it in the sense of my voice not straining. Because otherwise, I will strain my voice, and it will not sound as good. Even right now, I have a very sore throat, so it's not turning out as well as I would like it, but it's better than what I was hoping for, and it was better, I feel like, than coming into this video. So I feel like this was a success on my part, and hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you did, tell me you want to see more. Tell me if you want to see more, I should say. And tell me if you want me to make a part 2 to this video, something that is a little bit less rushed, something that's a little bit more prepared. I really did want to get this out today, because if I didn't, then it's like, Happy 4th of July, makes no fucking sense. But it's really because it was a 4th of July video, and I wanted to make this something unique to JoJo's, and something that is my favorite character in Steel Ball Run. Obviously, I'm going to lean towards making this video, and I hope you guys really did enjoy this. Maybe I'll separate this napkin part and upload that as my own video, and I'll add sound effects and music and all that kind of shit, and maybe I'll re-record them so it sounds a little bit better. But that's all stuff for the future. Let me guys know if you want to see that as well. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna sign off now. Happy 4th of July, and arrivederci. Wrong part, but, you know, sentiment still stands.